Hello, everybody. What's going on? This is Andrew, and today I wanted to take a look at an older deck that I think could still make sense in Standard today if things shook out for it. Now, I'm not going to suggest that this deck is like good in the metagame or anything like that, but I think that the pieces to make this deck work still exist, so I want to take a look at it. I played a deck back before rotation, back when we had other cards legal and standard, that featured Toski, Jaspera Sentinel, and Clarion Spirit as its main core engine. It used Felidar Retreat and some other supporting pieces to churn out a bunch of 1/1 tokens, flood the board, and then eventually draw infinite cards thanks to Toski. Now, a lot of the pieces from that deck rotated out of Standard. It played Edgewall Innkeeper and the Adventure Creatures, and it played Of One Mind, which was a cool draw spell. So we're missing some stuff. But we gain some other pieces that also just fit into this deck pretty nicely. Overcharged Amalgam is great when you have a bunch of tokens lying around. Welcoming Vampire is really good with Esika's Chariot and Clarion Spirit. And then we've got Lantern Bearer in here as an extra threat and piece of interaction. Or not interaction. And another threat, potentially, to throw on your Toski. Send Toski to the skies and let Toski start doing work for you. Also got 2 copies of Snakeskin Veil in here. It's a very cheap way to interact with your opponent's spells. Fading Hope. And I have no idea if this deck is going to work. I brewed this up this morning. I've had it in the back of my head for a while, but I finally put pen to paper and put it together. The sideboard has more Snakeskin Veils, some Thalias, Test of Talents, Paladin Class, Disdainful Stroke, a Brutal Cathar, a Quandrix Command, and a couple copies of By Invitation Only, because in theory we'll have a lot more creatures on the battlefield than our opponents will. And that's the deck. It's a pretty straightforward idea, resurrecting this Bant Squirrels deck that I really enjoyed playing a few months ago, and I'm gonna see how it goes. No idea what to expect, but hopefully we can see some of what I'm talking about come to fruition in the games. So let's hop into a match or two. All right, jumping into our first match here. Oh, we won the die roll. Nice. And we have all lands with Esika's Chariot. Yeah. I don't know. This card's really good. We'll go Deserted Beach on 1. Green land on 2. Okay. Amalgam's a nice follow-up to Chariot. So we got Disruption for their first threat here. We will disrupt that. Land is not what I wanted there. Hopefully Chariot into Amalgam is good enough. Yep. Ooh, Snakeskin Veil for later. Okay. I'll put this on white, and then none of the other ones go on white. White is the land I need least of in this deck. So I've got 2 white. This will be blue. This will be green. I'm not planning on turning on the Chariot. I'd like to protect it with Snakeskin Veil. I imagine that will come... Ooh, Moonveil Regent. Okay. Opponent's getting a little aggressive. Okay, sure. Let's put this on blue. Crew Chariot. Get in there. and say go. Oh, I flipped it to nighttime. Well. Sure. I'll take 6. And they have a Kessig Naturalist. Do I counter this one? I think I'll just let this one resolve. Nothing. Well, that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes you keep a land in the heavy hand and then you just die. So to flip this back, I need to cast 2 spells, which means I'm casting this for no value, and casting this for basically no value. Yeah, I'm not going to show my hand, I'll just concede. I'll concede, I'll sideboard a little bit, and hopefully do a little bit better this time. Do I want Quandrix Command? My opponent could have Ranger class or Chariot of their own, so Quandrix Command isn't like the worst. I don't think I want any more Snakeskin Veils, but I think I'll keep the 2 that I have. I think I'm cutting all of the Lantern Bearers and bringing in the Brutal Cathar. And then I'm thinking about the Disdainful Strokes. Would I rather have Snakeskin Veil or Disdainful Stroke? Oh, I'm going to keep the Veil and rely on the by invitation only to actually do something. I'm wondering about the Quandrix Command, though. Being able to power up my things and bounce one of their things might be useful. I don't know what I'd cut for it. No, I'm just not going to cut anything. Gonna run it back. So in that first game, we cast a single spell. We cast 2 spells, excuse me. We countered one of their spells and we cast Seeker's Chariot. This does look a little bit better, so we'll keep this. I'm gonna hold up Disruption again and just hope I find another land. I don't think playing this out on turn 2 or on turn 1 helps me at all. I want to disrupt them if I can. Fading Hope's a great draw for later. We haven't had like a super explosive draw. I feel like there are 2 different hands this deck can create. You can have slower hands like this, or you can have like Sentinel Innkeeper and just kind of go off. We're taking it slow today. That's fine. Our opponent's taking it slow today too. Wonder what they're thinking about. Nothing, it looks like. They were just taking their time. Cool. Cool. Found another land, so I feel fine about my decision to throw that away. This is going to be my white land, because I could see myself wanting double green in the next few turns. I hope they play Reckless Stormseeker here. Oh, Naturalist is fine also. But it kind of looks like they might have something. Oh, that might just be Lair of the Hydra also. Cool. Do I want Amalgam? I can't cast Amalgam, so no. Oh, Lair of the Hydra. Giving opponents priority when they don't actually have it since forever. So dumb. Opponent doesn't have anything to do here. They just like don't understand that they need to hit pass turn again. Oh, come on, game. Just Slime Chariot here. And I'm done. I'd love to find any untapped land next turn so I can go Toski plus hold up Snakeskin Veil. Cool. Naturalist and Werewolf Pack Lier, sure. No land. So that means... Let's see, if I play Toski here... I can't really do anything else. So I think I'll just go Innkeeper Pass. I guess they still could have crewed and attacked, and if they double blocked, I'd just, like, use Snakeskin Veil. And I could have actually doubled the treasure token, and then I could have cast Overcharged Amalgam if they didn't block. This is okay, though. This is fine. It's maybe fine. Our opponent's taking forever to make simple decisions. Okay. There's a blue land. Sure. So that's a 5/4. Attack with both, draw a card, add mana. I think I'm happy just double blocking this. I think I'll do that. Oh, jeez. Okay. I didn't expect the second play with fire, obviously. No, I just get completely got. Well, that obviously feels bad. Now I can't even crew Chariot. So I think I'm just slamming Toski here. Attacking for 1. Draw a card. Found a Sentinel. I don't think it's worth playing at this turn, so I'll just chill. Next turn I can go Spirit plus Sentinel to make a token. Hopefully crew Chariot. Or do something cool. Yep, they just flash back the thing. They're going to draw some cards. I'm going to draw some cards. But since they're doing this, they're not committing back to the board at least as much. So I've got that going for me. Yeah, they have no other plays. Cool. So let's see. If I go Spirit plus Sentinel. They're going to shoot Spirit now. So now I need to decide, do I just crew Chariot with these 3 creatures, attack, double the treasure, hold up Overcharged Amalgam? I think I am gonna crew Chariot. Go to combat. Yeah, I'll just pass. I could take a big hit here. Hopefully Overcharged Amalgam will surprise my opponent. I want them to tap out for something big. It might have been right to just like play more creatures last turn, but I wouldn't have gotten anything off of the Spirit. Okay, let's play Overcharged Amalgam. I'm going to exploit my Innkeeper. Counter that. Now if they attack, I'll just block the Lord. And I'll feel pretty okay about where I'm at. Yep. And a post-combat Reckless Stormseeker, sure. So here's my Flareon Spirit. Here's my Sentinel. Am I just bouncing this now to draw more cards? Kind of don't hate it, but I kind of don't like it either. No, I'm just gonna chill. I could play Sentinel here. I think I'm just gonna wait and try to get another trigger off of Clarion Spirit next turn, though. Fading Hope was obviously a great draw. And it looks like it'll be able to protect me. Do they have another Play with Fire? I would be a little upset if they had another play with fire. They're fourth in the top. Shatter Skull Smashing is fine. I don't care if you spend 3 mana to kill my 1 blocker. That's fine. And another Werewolf Pack Leader. Sure. Before combat, I'd like to bounce Reckless Stormseeker. They had the negate? Wow. Okay. I'm gonna try again. Yeah. I mean, I got, but I feel like I had a chance to... I don't know. Alright, Tetsu. Let's do some battle. I'd love to play first. And yeah, this hand looks pretty okay. I'll just play this tapped on 1. I'm not doing anything on turn 2 anyways. Or until turn 2 anyways. Duress me. Joke's on you, opponent. Then I'll just go Innkeeper here. I could just also play the Lantern Bearer, but I don't think that's what I want to do. I think I'd rather just Toski next turn. Now they have to kill my Innkeeper, which feels pretty good for me. I guess they can just play a land and Meat Hook this turn, which would suck. But if not, this at least gets to draw cards. Cool, that's not a land that can cast Meat Hook Massacre. And now I get to protect Toski. Cool. Get in for 1. I'd rather have this on green or white. Probably green. And then Lantern Bearer. And Sentinel. Field of Ruin. Sure. This might be the Meat Hook turn. Land Meat Hook for 2. I'll bounce Toski. If there's no Meat Hook coming this turn... Oh, there's no Meat Hook coming this turn. I'm gonna draw so many cards. Bounce that. Backup Toski. Oh. They don't want to play anymore. Opponent, come back. I wasn't done. Quandrix command comes in here, I think, because I am scared of Meat Hook. Can also bounce stuff. Thalia seems pretty good against them. I feel like I want some of these. What don't I want? Fading Hope probably doesn't have a ton to do here. Like, they had the Morbid Opportunist, but are they going to keep those in? Trim a Lantern Bearer. And call that good. Do I want more Snakeskin Veils? This is where Paladin class could be good too. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the Lantern Bearer and bring in the Paladin class and then just like trim up here at the top end. Don't know what else to trim. Okay, it is a Lantern Bearer. And let's run it like that. I don't know. I guess all I saw from them, from our opponent, was a Duress and a Morbid Opportunist, so they might not be a control deck. But on the chance they are a control deck, I think this is what I want to be doing. Yeah, this looks great. I'll play this as a land this game. And then I'll go Innkeeper. And then I'll go land Spirit Thalia. Is that true? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think I am going to Disruption this. That works for me. It's getting value off this, getting value off that. Yeah, I'm good with that. Okay. Iteration hits a land. And they're just killing my thing. Okay. I'll put this one... I guess I'll play second blue here. Yeah, I'll play second blue here. Okay, I have gained a lot of life and put a bunch of creatures on board. Your turn. Just slamming a Lier. So knowing that they have Lier in their deck changes my sideboarding a little bit. Yeah, I think I'll keep my Fading Hopes in now. Drawing a few too many lands here. I might have too many lands in this deck. Yeah, now we're done. So they do have Meat Hook. It's good to know. The Lier makes me think that I do want like the Fading Hopes and maybe the Disdainful Strokes also. I don't know how good Thalia is. They don't have counter spells, so I don't need the Paladin classes. Okay, so this is my plan. Just the 2 Fading Hopes, 4 Amalgams. Um, I cut the Innkeepers because they're a little slow. That might not be exactly right, but I think that's what I want to try. I'm not bringing in the Test of Talents, mostly because these are best against like the combo decks. I'd rather have the Disdainful Stroke try to hit their Lier. And I guess I could bring in the Brutal Cathar to hit Lier and the other stuff. They have so many kill spells. I don't think this is where Brutal Cathar is good. I think I just want to get out early and hit a counterspell on time. And hit one of my ways to draw cards. Okay. Oh, jeez. I think I have to mulligan this. I'm gonna keep this and put a land back. Which land? One of the pathways. Doesn't matter which. Cool. Okay, actually finding Toski is great. Okay. Ooh, I think I'll play the Welcoming Vampire here. Hold up a Snakeskin Veil. Try again, opponent. And they probably can try again, but this feels like the play. Yeah, they can. Here's Toski. If they just end up and play Lier, things are pretty bad for me. So I'm hoping they can't do that. Oh, well. Sometimes you speak stuff into existence, you know? Now I've got these counter spells that don't do anything against Lier. I guess I should have held up the disruption, but that didn't feel like the right thing to do either. Maybe I should have played Toski the previous turn, on the turn that I played the Welcoming Vampire, and then I could have had Welcoming Vampire plus Disruption up on this turn. Yeah, I think that's what I should have done. Because now I don't know how I beat the Lier, especially with the hand I have right now. And, like, I just can't counter spells. They get to do whatever they want. Yeah, I'm just going to concede. I think I misplayed that turn, but I think that Lier is pretty tough for this deck to deal with. So, that's that, I guess. Well, unfortunately, in the 2 games we played, we didn't really get to do anything. The deck didn't show off, it didn't come together. It seemed a little clunky at times. We had some aggressive starts, but with how popular Meat Hook Massacre is right now, I don't know if you can, in good conscience, play a deck like this. I might have built the deck a little wrong. Maybe, you know, the Snakeskin Veils need to turn into better counter spells. I was hoping that Overcharged Amalgam would be able to do that in this deck, but the games didn't really play out like that. So back to the drawing board with a deck like this, but I do think that between Welcoming Vampire, Toski, Clarion Spirit, Sentinel, I think there's something that you can do here. Maybe you're just straight green-white. Maybe you ignore the Bant stuff. Maybe that's the direction to go with the deck, but feels like Welcoming Vampire has a place in with these cards, and I thought it was here, but I'm not entirely sure that it is, or maybe I need to make some major tweaks before I come back and try this deck again. I only have 23 lands. I flooded a lot for having only 23 lands. Okay. That's fine. Sometimes you try something and it doesn't work, or and you need to go back to the drawing board, and that's, part of how brewing works. So we tried something, didn't pan out the way we hoped it would, but that's okay. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching this deck crash and burn. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will catch you next time.